So I'm doing it. I decided to go ahead and wade into the whole Kathy Griffin thing after she decided she was going to start complaining that she's being victimized by the Trump family because she decided to pose with a severed head. Tell you, these people are crazy. Here's what's worse. I'm doing this sober.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm civil rights attorney Lisa Bloom, and I'm very proud to represent Kathy Griffin.
It's true, y'all. You got to get a civil rights attorney to back you up whenever you piss somebody off because you're holding up a severed head. So, yeah. Wow, you can't make this up.
Kathy is not only one of the funniest humans alive.
Okay, so I'm sober. Is Miss Lisa Bloom sober to say this kind of thing? One of the funniest human beings ever? Give me a break.
During the campaign, Donald Trump said of a female reporter who had called him out on misogyny, quote, "She had blood coming out of her eyes. She had blood coming out of her wherever."
So now we get to hear about how Donald Trump victimized Megyn Kelly.
Kathy did not forget that disgusting remark, for which Trump has never apologized. Kathy teamed up recently with a photographer to mock Trump, our mocker-in-chief. What would it look like if his own insults were turned on him?
Are you people actually believing any of this crap? I mean, who came up with their material?
Wearing a pussy bow blouse in a nod to his caught-on-tape bragging about grabbing women's genitals, she held up a Trump mask with fake blood coming out of the eyes and coming out of the wherever in full hyperbole with a stern look on her face.
Okay.
Like many edgy works of artistic expression, the photo could be interpreted different ways, and Kathy was fine with that.
You're holding up a severed head. What the hell else could it possibly be?
But Kathy never imagined that it could be misinterpreted as a threat of violence against Trump. Her life's work is to make people laugh.
And she has clearly failed.
And as soon as she learned that this is how it was being received, she was horrified, and she took down the picture, and she asked the photographer to take it down, and as fast as possible, she videoed a heartfelt apology, literally begging us for forgiveness.
Please, she recorded that so-called apology because she was getting tore a brand spanking new one and losing gigs and losing tons of money. That's the whole reason she did that. There's nothing heartfelt about it. It was self-preservation. Give me a break.
A Marilyn Manson music video shows him beheading a Trump figure. The band Municipal Waste has an image of Trump with a bloody gunshot to his head on a band t-shirt. The band GWAR has had violent images like this for president after president for years. They're all just considered bad boys.
Oh, God.
Unlike these male artists, Kathy apologized. Unlike these male artists, Kathy has endured the most powerful man in America and his family using their power to target her and her employers after she apologized.
This is insane.
The president took a break from his busy schedule of tweeting nonsense words to target her satire, calling her sick.
Yeah, it's because she's sick. She is sick. The woman needs help.
Donald Trump Jr. took a break from killing leopards and elephants to hound CNN and its anchors on Twitter to try to get them not just to fire her, but to ban her from the network where she has worked for 10 years entirely, presumably forever. But that wasn't enough. He also targeted a children's book author in his tweets, suggesting that his followers contact the publisher to fire him because Don Jr. didn't like one of his jokes that was supportive of Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, the joke is actually a tweet making fun of Barron Trump, who's 11 years old, who, when he saw the severed head, thought that someone had killed his dad. Let's try and tell the truth here. I know it's hard, but let's try, okay?
The message is clear. criticize the president, lose your job.
No, the message is clear. If you are a somewhat successful celebrity, which evidently Griffin was, then your actions and your words have consequences. Has nothing to do with criticizing the president. You are holding up a bloody severed head.
And that's what happened to Kathy, and more. As a result of the First family's bullying of her and of those she does business with, Kathy has been vilified. She's been receiving a lot of death threats. She's had her personal website and her social media channels shut down, been fired from multiple jobs, and had multiple events canceled. The Secret Service has reached out to her. The Secret Service has reached out to a comedian.
Give me a break. She's holding a head that looks like the president. Yeah, the Secret Service has to kind of follow through with that kind of stuff because that's not normal. That's not funny. That is insane.
It stops here. It stops now. This is insane. Kathy has a First Amendment right to make whatever provocative art she chooses.
God, make it stop.
Whether or not you get or like her artistic expression, in America, Kathy has the right to publicly parody the president. In Russia, feminist artists Pussy Riot were imprisoned for 2 years by Trump's buddy Putin, and the government cannot retaliate against citizens for it. She will continue to push the edges of our comfort level and beyond, to challenge us and to make us think. Thank you for that, Kathy, because we need you right now. I stand with Kathy, and I will fight for her First Amendment right to create whatever art she chooses and oppose anyone who tries to punish her for it.
Government's not retaliating against it. We are. The deplorables are retaliating against it. There's nothing going on with the Department of Justice. This is us doing it. Me and millions of other Trump supporters who are shutting her down.
And we will both continue to use our skills to resist Trump, whose budget would deny heat in the winter to poor people, and for being the most woman-hating and tyrannical president in U.S. history. Kathy Griffin will now make some comments. Kathy.
Thank you, Lisa.
Hi, Kathy.
I'm not afraid of Donald Trump. He's a bully. I've dealt with older white guys trying to keep me down my whole life, my whole career.
My God, I really hate those white guys, don't you? They are just so bigoted. I mean, you can find them all over the internet holding up severed heads of people that they've killed. Oh, wait. Hold on. That's not white guys doing that.
And I'm an in-your-face comedian.
No, you're not a in-your-face comedian. You're a disgusting troll.
But I just wanted to say, you know, if you don't stand up, you get run over. And what's happening to me has never happened, ever, in the history of this great country.
Probably because you never held up a severed head that looked like a sitting president before.
Which is that a sitting president of the United States and his grown children and the First Lady are personally, I feel, trying to ruin my life forever. Forever. You guys know him. He's never going to stop.
You see, lady, this is what you don't understand. It's not the president doing it. He has an army of deplorable people like me who are doing it. We are going to boycott your sponsors. We are going to campaign against you. We are going to do to you exactly what you and your leftist buddies have been trying to do to Sean Hannity and countless others for years and years and years. We're giving you a taste of your own medicine. We're going to take you down.
And this bully and this president of all people is going to come after me? He picked the wrong redhead. Although I think you should know, my mother, who thinks Fox News is real, is not speaking to me because she's in love with Tucker
Hey,
Carlson.
at least your mama's got some taste, unlike you.
So I'm even in trouble with my mother. So don't worry, everyone hates me. I do. I need water. I'm probably shaking. And I'm afraid I'm going to get that under boob sweat, which is really the bad one. those are my peeps. I'm not for everybody. I'm barely an acquired taste, frankly. On a good day, I'm an acquired taste. But honestly, my whole career, I'm 56 years old. I'm 110 pounds wet. I've had everybody turn on me, and I just want to make people laugh. That's all I want to do.
You really need to get yourself a new job because you're not making people laugh. You're pissing people off. There is a difference.
It's a good time to be a comedian. It's scary to be a citizen, but it's a good time to be a comedian.
That's great. Should we take some questions?
Did I do everything wrong? I did everything wrong. I did everything wrong.
Okay.
I don't know how this part works.
Okay, let's start
Okay.
over here. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. In December 9th, reporter
Hi.
Shira Levine,
Hi.
quoted you as saying that you were happy to deliver a beatdown to Donald Trump and also to Barron, and that you, quote, wanted to go down hard on Donald and go direct for Barron Trump.
When is this quote
So
from?
this is a quote.
Yeah, I've said
From
that in my
when?
act.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She said that in her act. So she
Years,
admits.
years ago.
So you admitted you're going after Barron Trump. Is that what this is all about?
is she
To
going
piss
after
off
I
Barron
think
Trump?
I think a comic should be able to make fun of everybody. Like I
And I
make.
apologize. My question was for Lisa.
Oh.
So
Oh.
Are you aware that your client is trying to go after Barron Trump?
Okay, so that's a ridiculous, misleading question, and no, she hasn't said a single word here today about Barron. You're talking about something from a comedy act from years ago, I think. And let me talk about this issue of children. Okay, we can have edgy comics in America. Comics can say things that are not appropriate for children. Comics can create images that are not appropriate for children. Many things on the news are not appropriate for children. I'm a parent of 2 adult children and a teenage foster son. It is my job as a parent to filter out what is appropriate for my children. It is not the job of a comic to filter everything down to the level of an 11-year-old. She gets to make the comedy and the art that she wants to make, and the parents decide what's appropriate
So
for
follow-up,
children.
God, make it stop.
No,
Every news
we haven't- we
organization
could-
can block out. Trump can block out every news organization tweeting out this photo.
You know
think
what?
one
There's a
parent
lot of
could actually do
disgusting
that?
stuff about Trump on the news every day, like the fact that he's making us the laughing stock of the
But why did
world.
she go after Barron
Okay,
Trump
you know
at
what? There are
10
other
years?
people
How do you
here.
feel about traumatizing
She did
parents?
not. Wait, hold on. She did not go after a 10-year. Nothing
That's
in
her
her
quote.
piece had to do with Barron. So you're trying to make something that doesn't
What are your thoughts
exist.
on reports?
I make fun of everybody in my act. I make fun of I'm like one of those people that makes fun of everybody in my act. Myself the most. You know.
How do you feel about the fact that he was traumatized?
Well, allegedly. We don't know that. You're assuming that everything the Trumps say is true. And in fact, we know that many of the things that the Trumps say are false. So again, comedians get to be edgy. Comedians get to use 4-letter words. Comedians get to make visual representations that are not appropriate for children. News organizations can decide what they're going to put on daytime TV, and parents can decide what's appropriate for their children to see.
Where do they get these people from? Where do they get them from?
Kathy, you said you've been bullied by the Trump family. Have they reached out to you outside of social media?
I don't think they have to. My impression is that they have mobilized their armies or their bots or whatever they do. Like I said, it's quite clear to me that they're trying to use me as a distraction, and I'm not going to be collateral damage for this fool.
All the Russians' fault.
Kathy,
I think he's a fool. So I'm going to say I think the president
we're
is
sort
a
of
fool.
going
so
around this way. So.
I can say
Do you
that.
have fear for your career after this storm dies down?
Absolutely. I don't think I will have a career after this.
Good, I hope you don't.
I'm going to be honest, he broke me. He broke me. He broke.
You've been broke for a really long time before now.
I started to see what was really happening, and then it was a mob mentality pile-on. And so many people have expressed to me personally across the country at my shows, they're scared. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get arrested today. I don't know.
What do you
But
think
I have
about
to
CNN
stand
firing
up.
you?
Excuse me?
What do you think about CNN firing you?
It's hurtful to me.
It's hurtful.
Yeah.
It's censorship, is what it is. I'll say it more bluntly. She
just-
worked there for 10 years.
Look,
She was the
there's a
best
bunch
thing
of-
about New Year's Eve.
There's a bunch of old white guys trying to silence me, and I'm just here to say that's wrong.
Tell you, it's those damn white people. If we could just get rid of the white men, the world would be such a better place. I'm telling you, they're what's wrong with the world. We gotta get rid of the white people.
Has the Secret Service talked to you?
So Secret Service questions. This is Dimitri
Sure.
Gorn.
So,
Go ahead. Let me
I'm Dimitri Gorn. I'm the criminal defense
Can you move to
attorney.
your left, sir?
Sure.
just stay right there.
We're representing Kathy in the criminal investigation, which we believe is going to be closed, and we're going to fully cooperate with the Secret Service in their investigation. We don't even think it should have ever been opened. She basically exercised her First Amendment rights to tell a joke, and when you look at everything in the media, all the times entertainers make videos or express themselves in other ways, you've never seen an entertainer, let alone a comedian, be subject to a criminal investigation. It's really outrageous. Ms. Griffin has expressed to you, it was just a bad joke. She's apologized for it, and we believe the Secret Service investigation should be closed as quickly as possible.
Okay then, that makes everything all better. That fixes the problem right there.
Kathy, do you think that if you were a male comic, they would be coming after you this hard? The
No,
Trump family?
no, cut the crap. This wouldn't be happening to a guy. This is a woman thing, all right? I'm just going to come out and say it. And I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but I live it. I'm 56 years old. Everywhere I play, there's a male promoter. There's a male who owns a theater. The people who sign my checks are white guys. They're usually older white guys. I've been living this my whole career. I've been fighting this.